Hi everyone. Today we're going to be looking at major and minor chords. So a chord is two or more notes that we play at the same time. Could be 2 notes, 3 notes, 4 notes, 5 notes that are played together. And they can create different sounds, happy, sad, create tension, all different kinds of things. So we're going to figure out today how to build or how to write major and minor chords. All right, so the first thing that we need to do for any chord that we're going to build, we're going to follow these steps. We need to find the major scale. So, for example, if we're going to write the C major chord, the first thing I would need to do is find the C major scale, because C is the name of the chord, which is the tonic, the first note. So we need to find the major scale that also starts on that note. All right, so I've written the C major scale using our tone, tone, semitone pattern. And we know that C for cats, no sharps or flats. There's no sharps or flats in that major scale. The second thing I need to do after I have my major scale is write what we call scale degree numbers. And the scale degree numbers are essentially just numbering each of the 8 notes in our major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice and simple step. I've put numbers under each of the notes in my major scale. The third step to write any of our chords is we need to use the chord formula. Now for each type of chord, a major chord, minor chord, dominant seventh chord, any of the chords we're going to be working on, we will have a formula. Okay, and I'm going to write the formula in the top right corner over here because that's the part that we really need to remember. So our major chord, if this is our formula list, our major chord is 1, 3, 5. And what that means is the 3 notes that make up our C major chord is the first note, the third note, and the 5th note of our major scale. So to write our C major chord, we did say that the notes would be played all at the same time. So we're going to stack them on top of each other. We've got our first note, which is a C, our third note, which is an E, and our 5th note, which is a G. So that is my C major chord. We've got 1, 3, 5. You'll notice that all 3 of these notes are on the lines of the stave. And they will stay on the lines or on the spaces for a major or a minor chord. Let's have a look now down here. I'm going to write another major chord, and I'm going to write a G major chord because that is my tonic or my starting note. So I've already written out the G major scale, again using tone, tone, semitone, which you'll notice has an F sharp in it. If I follow that tone, tone, semitone pattern, I've got an F sharp in my major scale here. So I've got my major scale written. My second step is to write scale degree numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. And my third step is use the chord formula. So again, I've got 1, 3, and 5. So my G major chord will be a G, which is the first note, a B, which is the second note, and a D, which is the third note. So there is my G major chord. Okay, one more that I'm going to do is my E major. And I haven't written the major scale just yet for this. So let's do that first using tone, tone, semitone. And I might need to draw myself a little keyboard so that I can make sure I'm counting tone, tone, semitone properly and not just guessing, because that's a very common mistake people make. If we try and guess, you might accidentally miss a sharp or a flat, and that can mean all your chords will use incorrect notes. So I've started on E. I need a tone, 1, 2, gives me F sharp. I need a tone, 1, 2, gives me G sharp. A semitone gives me A. A tone, 1, 2, gives me B. Another tone, 1, 2, is C sharp. Another tone is a D sharp, and then finishing off with a semitone is an E. So there is my E major scale. So as per our steps at the top, I've written my major scale. I now need my scale degree numbers, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I need to follow the formula, which is 1, 3, and 5. So I can see my first note is an E, and I know that's correct because the tonic is E major. E major is going to start on an E. My third note is a G sharp. So this is where it's really important to have our major scale written out first, so we know that it's a G sharp, not a G natural or a G flat. That's the important part. And then my fifth note is a B. So there is my E major chord.